Assalamu'alaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Muslim friends, in recent years, technological developments have been very rapid. One of its most prominent branches is artificial intelligence, AI. This technology has entered various aspects of human life, from transportation, health, education, to entertainment. However, what if artificial intelligence begins to touch the realm of worship? More specifically, is it possible and permissible for AI to call the call to prayer? This question is not only unique, but also important to discuss seriously. Because the call to prayer is not just an announcement of the start of prayer time. The call to prayer is a symbol, a form of worship, and a symbol of religious life in the midst of Muslim society. So when the discourse of replacing human muezzins with AI systems arose, this raised serious questions. Is that permissible in Islam? What is the status of worship? What is the long-term impact on the religious spirit of Muslims? This video will review it thoroughly, from theological, fiqh, historical, to philosophical aspects of worship, because this issue concerns the relationship between humans, technology, and their God. Let's discuss. Adhan and the role of the muezzin in Islam. Linguistically, Adhan means notification or announcement. In Sharia terminology, the Adhan is a call to Muslims to perform the 5 daily prayers. It is one of the most important symbols in Islam. In the Hadith, it is mentioned that the muezzin will receive a very great reward. Their voices will be witnessed by all creatures who hear them, humans, jinn, and other creatures of Allah. Its history is also very noble. When the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, migrated to Medina and congregational prayers began to be carried out regularly, Muslims at that time needed a way to call people to the mosque. After several suggestions, such as bells or fire, the Adhan was finally determined through a dream by his friend Abdullah bin Zayd, which was later confirmed by the Prophet. Bilal bin Rabah was then appointed as the first muezzin, and from there the Adhan became a permanent symbol in Islam until now. In the science of Islamic jurisprudence, the muezzin is not just a voice speaker, it is part of the implementation of worship. Therefore, the requirements of a muezzin are: a Muslim, has reached puberty, adulthood, is rational, has a conscious intention, and understands the meaning of the words of the Adhan. This means that the Adhan is not just a series of words spoken. It is an act of worship that requires awareness, responsibility, and sincerity. 2. Understanding AI and how it works. AI, or artificial intelligence, is a technology that allows computers to imitate the way humans think. AI systems can learn from data, recognize patterns, make decisions, and complete tasks that previously only humans could do. One of the most advanced AI features is text-to-speech, TTS, the ability to convert text into a voice that resembles a human voice. With this technology, AI can be made to automatically call the call to prayer, even with a voice that is very similar to the voice of a real muezzin. However, this is where the problem lies. AI has no reason, consciousness, or soul. It does not know the meaning of Allahu Akbar. It does not feel the importance of Hayya ala Shala. It only reads the text and carries out commands. So, can the sound of the call to prayer from AI be considered part of worship? 3. The ruling on using AI for the Adhan. Contemporary scholars have begun to discuss this issue along with the rapid development of technology. They generally divide this issue into 2 conditions. 1. AI is used in full as a permanent substitute for human muezzins. In this case, almost all scholars state that the use of AI is not permitted, or at least makruh. Some even call it invalid in the context of congregational Adhan. The reason? Adhan is worship, and every worship requires intention and awareness, and AI cannot have intention. AI cannot be responsible for acts of worship, and also AI cannot revive the message because it does not have faith. The Adhan from AI may function as an alarm or time reminder, but it does not negate the demands of the Sunnah Muakkada of the Adhan. If there is a human who is able to call it, then he is still more important and must be prioritized. 2. AI is used in an emergency. For example, there is no one in the mosque who can call the Adhan. The location is very remote, and special conditions such as a pandemic or disaster. In this situation, the majority of ulama allow the use of AI as an auxiliary, temporary tool and not a permanent replacement. This is based on the rules of fiqh. The state of emergency allows something that was originally prohibited. But remember, when things return to normal and there are humans who are capable, then the obligation returns to humans. 4. Risks and negative impacts. If we start to get used to handing over the call to prayer completely to AI, then there are a number of major risks. The younger generation will no longer learn the call to prayer. The role of the muezzin will become extinct. Mosques will lose their zest for life, and the spirit of preaching and worship will become a technical routine without meaning. In fact, the call to prayer is not just a sound. It is a vibration of faith, a call from the heart, and a reflection of faith. A muezzin, whose voice is ordinary but full of intention, is more noble than the perfect voice of AI but empty of meaning. If the preaching is handed over completely to machines, then who will maintain the spirit of faith of the people? Islam is very open to technology. Microphones, speakers, digital clocks, even prayer reminder applications, all are allowed. But what needs to be noted is, technology is only a tool, not a person who does worship. As long as it helps humans, it is useful. But if it replaces the spiritual function of humans, then it loses the value of worship. Technology may imitate voice, but it cannot imitate sincerity. Islamic friends, Adhan is a call from a servant to another servant, to return to his Lord, and that call must come from the heart, not from a machine. AI can help, but it cannot replace the soul. As long as there are still humans who are able to stand, intend, and call out Allahu Akbar, then the call to prayer must still be chanted by humans. Do not hand over the soul of worship to technology. Use it as a tool. But let the soul live in the hearts of Muslims. Wallahu Alam. Don't forget to like, comment, and share so that more people know. Assalamu'alaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Before I conclude, please allow me to sincerely apologize if in this presentation there were any words that were inappropriate or unintentional mistakes. As a human, I am certainly not free from errors. May Allah forgive all my shortcomings and mistakes, and I hope that you all can forgive me as well. My hope is that what has been conveyed today can become beneficial knowledge and bring us closer to His pleasure. Thank you for your attention and patience.